Hey, how's it going, everyone? So today what we're going to be doing is looking at where you can open up a 529 plan. Now, going through the process, it can seem really complex and convoluted with so many different brokerages accounts out there to be able to open up this college savings account for either your kid or somebody else in your life. Now, in case you are new here, my name is Dennis, and I actually love talking about financial apps and services that help people build wealth. And in this case, you're actually helping somebody else build wealth by making sure that they don't have all these crazy college loans that they have to pay back in the future. So for me, I was actually going through this process of looking for a 529 plan for my niece that was going to be born. So I wanted to give her this gift of having a college fund ready for her. And the cool thing was, as I was going through this process, I actually ran into a company called UNest, who I partnered up with in this video to show you guys how easy it is to actually find a 529 plan that you can sign up for directly on your phone and have a college plan ready for that person in your life that you want to make sure that they're ready and good to go when it comes to a college fund. Now, we're going to actually go through the process of signing up through UNest, which I'm going to show you guys here directly on screen how simple and easy it is. If you're curious about the cost, make sure you stick around because we're going to be talking a little bit about the cost of having a 529 plan. All right, so as I mentioned, we're going to go ahead and show you the process of how easy it is to sign up for this 529 plan with UNest. Now, I'm going to actually have a link in the show notes down below to get started right away, and that's going to do two things for you. One, it's going to actually open up the App Store very quickly and easily for you, so you don't have to go searching for it, and it works on Android and iOS. And then second, it does help support this channel so I can continue to provide free content like this for you. And if you have any questions while you're going through the process of signing up, go ahead and leave me a comment in the section down below so that way I can help answer any questions you might have. Now let's go ahead and pop up the app here on screen so we can go ahead and get started. Now this is what the opening screen is going to look like for you. We're actually just going to go ahead and read what they have on the slides here before we hit the sign up button. So it says, make dreams a reality, open up an investing app for your child's education in just 5 minutes. Now that's really cool. So we're going to see how quickly it goes through the process of signing up. But also keep in mind, you can do this for other family members, not necessarily just for your kids. I'm doing it for my niece because I want to make sure that she has that money available for her when she graduates high school. Next up here, it says tax-free growth. It says more money for tuition, books, and housing, less money for Uncle Sam, which is awesome. That means that that money is going to go further for them without you having to do that much more. And then, of course, it's safe and secure with bank-grade encryption. It says investment managed by world's largest financial institutions. And then it's cheaper than a latte as far as the cost. It says there are no fees, no commissions. It's just $3 a month, which is honestly really cheap in comparison. Like we talked about, I'll mention a little bit more about that later here in the video. So make sure you guys stick around for that. Now, that is going to be all those little slides there for us. So let's go ahead and click on the sign up button right over here. So first and foremost, of course, we're going to be going ahead and adding in an email and then a password. So I'm going to plug these information pieces in. I'm also going to hit that agreed and accepting for the privacy policy and terms and conditions. So make sure you go through those and read them properly. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to jump to the next screen here. All right, so I plugged in all that information. I hit that check mark, and now I'm going to go ahead and click on sign up. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then now it's going to ask me if I want to get notifications. I'm just going to go ahead and hit allow. I can add a photo of the person if I wanted to, which is great because you can actually create multiple accounts, and we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. So we're going to go ahead and put this information in right over here. So I'm going to plug this in, and then we're going to jump again to the next screen. All right, so I plugged everything in, and now we're going to go ahead and click on next here. And then this is going to be the part where I'm going to plug in my information as the person that I am actually, of course, setting up the account for. So I'm going to plug in my stuff, and then we're going to go ahead and jump onto the next screen. All right, so I got all that information plugged in, and I'm going to go ahead and hit that next button. So we go on here, and it says we require to collect this person's information because you're opening up an investing account. Now, I know sometimes people get a little weary when it comes to plugging in your social security and your date of birth, but keep in mind, anytime you open up any kind of investing account, it is required by law to be able to plug this information in. And as we mentioned earlier, they do have bank level security on here as well, so you can feel confident in knowing that your information is going to be safe. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the information, and we're gonna go ahead and jump to that next screen. All right, so I got all that information plugged in, and now we're gonna go ahead and hit next. All right, so here on that next page, it's gonna ask us how much we want to save up. There is that minimum of $25 a month that we put in, which honestly is just bare minimum to be able to have a decent amount saved up for her college fund. But we can hit show results here, and this is actually gonna tell us how much we're gonna potentially have available for her by the time she needs to go to college, which is in 2039. That's crazy. All right, so if I have just that minimum $25, it'll be about $10,000 available for her, which if we didn't put it in UNest, it would be only about $5,700. So we do get a great amount of growth just from putting it in this 529 plan. And remember, that is getting to be spent tax-free. So if I wanted to, I can start moving this around and start showing how much more I can have as an impact when it comes to putting in more. So we're gonna go ahead and start with just the 25, but of course we're gonna be able to go through the process and change things up as we need to or as we can down the road. So we're gonna go ahead and start with that 25 and we're gonna hit next. And then it says here, please sign below to open up your account. So I'm gonna do that. Not too shabby. We're gonna go ahead and hit next. And it says we required to collect this information because you're opening up an account. So we had to put in her social security number. And in case you don't have their social security number just yet, maybe they were born and don't have access to it right away, it says you can add Zoe's social security number at any time. Until then, you will be listed as the beneficiary. So we're gonna go ahead and then remind me. So we'll just go ahead and put that later down the road. So bam, right there it says your account has been created. Now let's connect your bank so that you can fund Zoe's plan. So let's go ahead and fund the account. So there's a couple different options here for us. You can upload a voided check, which is for the fast processing. You can take a photo of that. You can upload a bank statement. And then there's also the special offer. It's a $10 bonus, which is cool if that still exists while you're going through the process. It says $10 bonus in your account from us when you complete the account steps today. So obviously that is encouraging you to make sure you get everything in there right away. So that way you're not just signing up for the account and then forget to set up your actual bank. So let's make sure we do that right away. So that way you get that $10 bonus. That's just more money that's going to go towards their future, which is really, really cool. So I guess I could do either way if I really wanted to. So I'm just gonna go through that process. The only problem is for me while recording, it's not gonna let me go ahead and bring up the camera and record the screen at the same time. So I'm just gonna essentially skip this part right here, but I'm gonna do it after this video is done. So that way I can make sure that we get that $10 added into her account, which is a great way to get started for their college fund. So you can see here, if I did actually click on the voided check, it does bring me to this page because I thought I was gonna stop the recording. But it says to fund your account, please take a photo or a picture of a voided check. The name on the check must match the name of the UNest account. And then it kind of gives you an example. So if I click that plus sign there for the camera, it's gonna take me in there, stop the recording. All right, so now after we went through the process of adding that check in, it took us to this next page here, which is essentially the app entirely. So you can see here that with the child here, the account is currently pending. We still need to add her social security number, which we will do here shortly. But there's some other really cool things we want to go over when it comes to the app, so you can kind of get an idea of what this all looks like once you have everything open. Of course, they have the plan details on the bottom left there. You can actually add another child, so if there's other people you want to be adding into this account as well. And then you can also get a gift, which is a feature coming very, very soon, and I'm really excited for this. So if maybe their birthday's coming up or special events and you have all the toys for them, maybe all their clothes that they ever need, you can actually ask family members and friends to actually gift into this account, which I think is going to be super exciting. So that way you can use this opportunity to actually help fund their account even more rather than just getting more stuff if you guys are already good with that. So I'm excited for that feature to be coming out in the near future. But until then, just make sure you are putting in money monthly so that way you can continue to grow the account. Now, if you want to go into the plain details, you can go and click on here, and this will kind of tell you the projection of how much is going to be available for them. You could deposit more cash if you wanted to. You can also look at the investment returns so you can see how everything is performing overall. The really nice thing is you can also update your plan. This is where you can actually switch how much you want to be putting in every single week, how often you want to do it, once a month, twice a month, and then the date that you want the actual money to be pulled from. So if you prefer like middle of the month or end of the month, you can change all that information as well. So that's a really nice feature there. If we click the little top left area here, you're gonna see, the profile, the transaction history, the college calculator. You can roll over the account, you can do the withdrawals, you can invite other friends and family members to get started as well if they have kids and want to save up for college as well. So lots of great things here on the account. Very simple and easy to understand. Go through the process, no headaches when it comes to signing up and understanding everything that is needed to be done. This is all done through your phone. You saw how simple and easy it was to actually go through the process and start up a 529 plan. Didn't take a lot of time. It was very simple and easy, and it's all through an app, which is honestly nowadays super easy to go through. You don't have to worry about going through so many different brokerage accounts and looking at all the different options. This is going to make things so simple and easy for you. As I mentioned, I'm going to have that link in the show notes down below. You can click it, it'll take you right there to it. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments down below. I'll be more than happy to help answer any of them that you might come across. So I'm really excited for this app. Now, you saw it wasn't the most in the world putting $25 in a month, but it is more than having nothing at college time. Now, of course, we can increase that amount down the road, and or if her parents want to start contributing even more, they can do that and have quite a bit more available for her when the time comes to graduating high school and getting into college. But if you don't start somewhere, you're gonna get nowhere. So as I mentioned earlier, there are of course fees when it comes to having a 529 plan, but of course it can be really complex when it comes to understanding these fees, and UNest makes it really easy and simple to understand. I want you to check out my video right over here where you're gonna see the comparison between UNest and a lot of these other big brokerage accounts on their 529 plans. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.